Hello, witch and wine lovers. It's me, Miranda, your resident witch.
And I'm Christal. And tonight we're kicking off a special marathon episode with 6 true ghost stories that will send shivers down your spine and keep you wondering what really lurks in the shadows.
All right. So from lonely lighthouses guarding restless spirits to phantom trains racing through the mountains, we're diving deep into some of the most haunted places with stories backed by history and eyewitness accounts.
So pour your favorite glass.
I know she is.
There we go. Settle into your coziest spot and let's wander together into the night.
Our first story takes us to Florida's historic coast, where a lighthouse watches over the ocean and where the past refuses to stay buried. The St. Augustine Lighthouse has stood for over a century, but it's not just a beacon for ships. It's a beacon for spirits. So let's get into it. The year was 1874 when St. Augustine Lighthouse was finally completed, replacing an earlier tower that was destroyed during the Civil War. It stands tall on Anastasia Island, a black and white sentinel facing the endless Atlantic, a symbol of safety for sailors braving the treacherous waters. But its history holds secrets darker than the sea at night. According to local legend and archived historical accounts maintained by the Florida Lighthouse Association, many visitors and keepers reported a name that appears again and again. That name is Sarah. Sarah was said to be the young daughter of a lighthouse keeper in the early 1900s. One summer afternoon, the story goes, she was playing near the cliffs when she slipped on the wet rocks and fell into the sea. Her body was never recovered. From that moment on, lighthouse staff began reporting eerie encounters. Some claimed to see the silhouette of a little girl on the spiral stairs. Others heard soft, childlike laughter drifting through the halls on salty breezes. Imagine standing at the base of the lighthouse, the ocean breeze carrying the tang of salt and the cry of distant gulls. The whitewashed tower glows ghostly in the morning light, and every footstep echoes as you begin to climb. Your hand touches the cold railing as you ascend the spiral staircase. Then, quietly, you hear it. The delicate sound of laughter just ahead. You pause, and a sudden chill brushes past your cheek. Your breath fogs the air, even though it's a summer night. A girl in a white dress, dark hair, brushes her shoulder. She watches you, eyes wide with sadness, and then she vanishes. One often shared tale tells of a lighthouse keeper in the 1920s, known in some circles as Thomas Green, who braved a ferocious thunderstorm to check the lantern room. As lightning cracked the sky and the tower groaned in the wind, he began his climb. Halfway up, he heard small footsteps behind him, playful and light. Turning, he reportedly saw the translucent form of a little girl, her pale face framed by wet hair.
"Are you okay?"
He called out into the storm. The figure only gave him a soft, sad smile, before disappearing in a flash of lightning, leaving the stairs echoing with silence. Now, here are some documented sightings and reports, okay? So, visitors to the lighthouse over the years have reported sudden drops in temperatures in otherwise warm rooms. They've seen lights flickering with no electrical cause, doors opening and closing on their own, and items move from one place to another. One particularly chilling report came from a tour guide in 2018 who noticed a glowing orb near the railing in a photo taken during a moonlit tour. The light hadn't been there in real life. Moments after showing the photo to guests, the candles in the room extinguished on their own, and someone heard a whisper, "Fear." So, whether you believe in spirits or not, there's no denying the heavy sense of history that lingers in the lighthouse. The tower has guided thousands safely home, but some say Sarah never made it to shore. They say she's still there, watching, waiting, and wandering the spiral staircase beneath the moonlight.
Ooh, Miranda. That was hauntingly beautiful and heartbreaking.
It's the sorrow that makes it real, not just like fear, but longing.
And the lighthouse itself, a lonely, exposed place watching over the endless ocean. It makes you wonder what keeps these spirits tethered.
I don't know, like maybe it's unfinished business or love that's like too strong to fade.
Ready for a quick sip before we dive into the next?
The sip is all yours. I'm going to get some water.
Where's your tea?
I left it downstairs when I came up here. Don't need more heart palpitations.
I got my red going, so I'm good.
Okay.
All right, witches and wine lovers, ready to step from a lighthouse to the mysterious woods. Our next tale takes us to the dense forests of New Jersey's Pine Barren.
Ooh, the Pine Barrens are legendary for their eerie legends and chilling hauntings. This one is about a ghost bride and a local tale that's been passed down for generations, apparently, and it's backed by some real accounts.
Grab your flashlight and hold tight, because this story is a slow burn into a foggy, moonlit forest where love and loss intertwine with the supernatural. The Pine Barrens stretch over 1 million acres of dense forest in southern New Jersey, a land thick with folklore, eerie spirits, and shadows cast by towering pines. Among its legends is the story of the Ghost Bride, a tragic tale of love, loss, and spectral sightings that have endured for generations. Imagine yourself walking a narrow, winding dirt road deep in the barrens on a cool autumn night. The sky is cloaked in clouds, the moon a pale silver glow behind the mist. The scent of pine and damp earth hangs heavy, and every sound, an owl's hoot, the snap of a twig, feels amplified in the stillness. Locals have long shared stories of a woman named Abigail, who lived in a small cabin near the forest's edge in the late 1800s. She was engaged to a young man named Jacob, and the two were deeply in love. But on the night before their wedding, tragedy struck. Jacob disappeared while traveling through the barrens. Search parties combed the woods, but found no sign of him. Heartbroken, Abigail was said to have donned her wedding dress and wandered the forest, calling his name through the mist, Jacob! Jacob! After which she was never seen again. Over the decades, travelers and locals have recounted strange experiences on the backroads of the Pine Barrens. At night, drivers sometimes report seeing a woman in a flowing white wedding gown standing by the roadside, who may ask for a ride, only to vanish when approached. Hikers and campers describe glimpsing a pale figure drifting silently through the trees, a bride with sorrowful eyes and a veil that seems to float on the breeze. Hunters speak of hearing a soft, mournful melody carried on the wind, an eerie song said to chill the blood. One particularly vivid story comes from a man named Carl, a lifelong resident and member of the Pine Barrens Paranormal Society. Carl recounts a hunting trip when their dogs suddenly grew agitated, barking furiously at something unseen. Following the dogs, the group reached a clearing where Carl claims to have seen the faint outline of a woman in a bridal gown, her face partly obscured by a veil. She raised a pale hand as if beckoning, then vanished into the fog. She's like, "Come here."
I like that his name is Carl. I just keep on thinking of Dungeon Crawler Carl that I finished reading all the books and I'm like thinking of his anyway.
We're obsessed with that series. Did you know they're coming out with a TV show?
I heard. And then I think the newest book is going to be coming out later this year too.
Oh my gosh. It's the best series ever.
Anyway.
Okay. The Ghost Bride has become a fixture of Pine Barrens folklore, echoing the dangers and tragedies of a wild, unforgiving landscape. Once, the dense forest was a treacherous place where travelers often lost their way, or worse. Many believe Abigail's spirit remains trapped, endlessly searching for her lost love. The veil she wears may symbolize the weight of grief and loneliness, a bride left waiting at the altar of death. Driving through the Pine Barrens today, you can almost feel that same lingering sorrow. The trees seem to whisper secrets on the wind, and if you listen closely, some say you might hear Abigail's mournful song or catch a fleeting glimpse of her flowing dress beneath the moonlight.
So, even though I had a little joke in the middle there, it did give me some like serious goosebumps. Because like the image of that ghost bride wandering the woods, searching for her lost love, it's again heartbreaking. There's a lot of heartbreaking tonight. I mean, it is a ghost story, so.
Absolutely. Love stories like that, wrapped in tragedy, have a way of haunting hearts and places for generations.
And like the Pine Barrens, so atmospheric. Like the trees themselves look like they hold secrets.
I don't think I'll ever drive those backwoods at night without looking over my shoulder.
Same here. Oh my gosh. Okay, do you need another drink before we continue?
Got it.
Okay. You gotta keep her hydrated, winky winky.
Yep.
All right, witchin' and wine lovers, let's take a trip to Kentucky into the shadowed halls of an old asylum with a dark past. Because honestly, what asylum doesn't have a dark past?
Right? I love how abandoned hospitals and asylums carry this heavy atmosphere of pain and mystery. Yes, I'm sick. This one's about the Midnight Children, restless spirits said to wander the corridors after dark.
So, get ready for a creeping tale that blends history, tragedy, and the unexplained. Perfect for sipping your wine a little slower tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The Louisville Asylum was built in the late 19th century, meant to be a refuge for those struggling with mental illness, of course. But over the decades, the building became enveloped in shadows of neglect, sadness, and whispered horrors. Local lore speaks of the Midnight Children, which are the restless spirits said to wander the halls after dark, who are trapped between worlds, and they're endlessly reliving the moments of pain and confusion. Imagine stepping through crumbling hallways, the paint peeling in flakes from the walls. The air hangs heavy with dust and silence, broken only by the faint drip of water echoing down empty corridors. As night falls, shadows grow longer, and footsteps can be heard where no one walks. Staff and visitors have reported sudden cold spots, flickering lights, and disembodied voices calling out names long forgotten. Many who have entered after dark speak of feeling watched, followed, and even touched by unseen hands. There is a former nurse, known only as Helen, shared her story of working late one winter night. While checking patients' rooms, she said she heard the soft laughter of children drifting down the hallway, even though the asylum had been closed for decades. Helen described seeing a small boy in tattered clothes standing at the far end of a corridor. Pale and translucent, his eyes were full of sadness and longing. When she tried to approach, the figure disappeared before she could reach him. Other staff and visitors have recounted shadows flitting across the walls and an eerie sound of lullabies sung from empty rooms. The asylum's history is marked by overcrowding, of course, and understaffing, with many patients suffering neglect. I mean, of course, that is a recipe for
Go figure.
doo-doo. God. Historical records
Did you say a recipe for voodoo?
I said doo-doo. Like shit.
Go on.
Historical records document tragic deaths, some unexplained, and treatments that today would be deemed inhumane. Many believe the spirits of those who suffered remain bound to the building and tethered by their trauma. If you were to walk through the asylum today, it's easy to sense the heavy weight of the souls that were once confined within. So the Midnight Children serve as a somber reminder of a painful past and a call to remember those whose stories are often lost.
Miranda, that was haunting in the truest sense. There's such sadness wrapped up in those types of stories, especially with children.
I know, the children make it like even more, but it's more than just ghosts, right? It's the echoes of lives that they deserved better.
It makes me wonder how many spirits are tied to places because of pain.
I mean, honestly, a lot. But hopefully telling their stories helps them find some peace, that people are remembering.
Yes. Are you ready for the next story? I'm getting chills just thinking about this one.
Bring it on!
All right, witches and wine lovers, ready to hear a tale about something that goes through the mountains?
You mean the phantom trains of the Blue Ridge? I love railroad ghost stories. The whistle blowing in the night with no train in sight, gosh, so eerie. And plus, train tracks give me anxiety just driving over them. So I'm here for it.
As long as you're not in the train, you can listen to the story.
Yeah.
This story is packed with history, mystery, and those unexplained sounds that make you look over your shoulder. The Blue Ridge Mountains carve a majestic spine through Virginia, their peaks shrouded in mist and thick with folklore. Among the winding valleys and dense forests lie old railroad tracks, long abandoned. Or so it seems. For over a century, locals have reported hearing the distant rumble of a train's engine and the rhythmic clickety-clack of wheels on rails, even though no trains have run on those tracks for decades. Picture yourself standing on a quiet mountain path as twilight falls. The air cools, heavy with the scent of pine and earth. Suddenly, a deep rumble vibrates through the ground, growing louder. Then, the unmistakable whistle of a train pierces the stillness. You peer down the empty rails, twisted and rusted by time, but no train appears. Locals call this eerie phenomenon the phantom train. One story comes from John, a lifelong resident of a nearby mountain town. One crisp autumn evening, John was camping near the old tracks when he heard the unmistakable sound of a train approaching. He recalls the earth vibrating beneath his feet, the mournful whistle blowing through the trees, and a bright, ghostly light cutting through the darkness. But no train ever came. Terrified, yet fascinated, John followed the sounds to a clearing, where he says he saw a shimmering outline of a locomotive, translucent and glowing, rushing past silently, its noise carried only by the wind. Before his eyes, the apparition vanished into the night, leaving only silence behind. The railroad was once vital to these mountains, moving goods and people through rugged terrain. But tragedy struck in the early 1900s when a devastating accident claimed the lives of several railroad workers. Some believe their spirits remain trapped in time, replaying that final journey again and again. Walking the Blue Ridge trails today, it's easy to imagine that phantom train racing through the night, a spectral echo of a forgotten past, haunting the mountains with its mournful whistle.
Dude, I totally thought I heard a train whistle right now. I don't even live anywhere near a train. Like the train, the whole vibration, that scares me. The whole you could hear it from the distant past. Like my brain automatically thinks, oh my God, giants, or some, it never thinks of, anyway. I do like the ghost stories about trains because it combines that sound. The sound that's the scary part. And then the sadness. And it's very vivid because it makes me very scared just thinking about it.
I love that sound. It always puts me to sleep. But living in Arkansas, there are so many trains around here. I just grew up, in the middle of the night, there are train noises. And it's just, I think it's calming.
But you do live in a haunted house, so I expect you to be okay with a haunted train. Sound.
Yeah. There's something haunting about hearing a train when you know none should be there, though. And it pays your senses.
Oh, God, I know. In the shimmer of the locomotive. Oh, I'm just getting chills imagining it.
Me too. Are you ready for the next story?
Absolutely. So now we are heading west to the legendary Route 66. And I live right next to Route 66. So
really?
This is, yeah. I'm on Route 66 here. Yeah.
Hey.
So we're diving into one of the most famous ghost tales of the American highway, the vanishing hitchhiker.
You better watch out, Miranda, when you're driving around. Okay, so there are so many versions of the story, but this one is special because it's rooted in eyewitness accounts and local lore.
Ready for a haunted highway story? Buckle up! This is the vanishing hitchhiker of Route 66. Now, this is a part of Route 66 that's in Mexico, so not really local to me. I said New Mexico, didn't I?
Oh, I thought you just said Mexico.
The Route 66 in New Mexico, so it's not super local to me, but that Route 66 road attaches to near where I live. Anyway, so Route 66, the iconic Mother Road, stretches across the heart of America. It's a ribbon of asphalt lined with neon signs, endless stories, and secrets whispered in the desert wind. Among these tales is one of the most enduring, the legend of the vanishing hitchhiker. Along Route 66, it's been told more times than anyone can count, and some say it is still happening. So, picture this. A dark stretch of highway in New Mexico, the vast sky above glittering with stars. A lone driver's headlights slice through the desert night, and up ahead, a figure stands by the roadside. She's a young woman, dressed all in white, thumb extended, silently waiting for a ride. The driver pulls over, and she climbs in without a word. Her eyes are distant, as if she's somewhere far away. They drive for miles. The radio plays soft music, the engine hums, the wind whispers through the cracked window. Then suddenly, the passenger vanishes, gone without a trace, leaving behind only the faint scent of desert sage. I just want to say, why is it always a woman in white? Everyone is always wearing white.
Right? And how are they not stained? It is perfect white. Everything that I wear that's white is stained.
Yeah, it's not even white anymore. It's I don't even know, dirt. Not dirt, but it's just, anywho. So here's an eyewitness account. So this story comes from Lewis, a truck driver who knows the stretch really well. One night, Lewis picked up a young woman matching the classic description that we just talked about. She asked to be taken to a small town just off the highway. So she was talking. It wasn't just she was, silent. But when Lewis arrived, he turned to speak to her, and the seat was empty. Later, he learned that a woman fitting her description had died in a car accident near the very spot years before. Other drivers along Route 66 have shared similar tales. Ghostly hitchhikers who appear, accept rides, and then vanish without a trace. I'm just going to say, I would not accept a hitchhiker no matter what. At least there's too many crazies out here. Anyway.
I haven't picked up hitchhikers right off the road, but I stupidly I'm glad it worked out, but stupidly, I have given many people rides to places that have like come up to me at a gas station or a parking lot and asked me. And now that I'm older, I don't think I'll be doing that.
Yeah, especially with your little kiddos.
Oh, absolutely not with the kids in the car for sure. But I feel so bad. But it's going to get me in trouble one of these days if I don't knock it off. So
Yeah, don't stop.
don't pick up hitchhikers.
Don't talk to strangers.
Yes.
So the vanishing hitchhiker legend has traveled the decades, weaving together real tragedies and roadside dangers and the timeless human desire to connect. It stands as a chilling reminder of life's lost on lonely roads and spirits who may still be seeking a final ride home. I mean, if you're driving alone at night on Route 66, it's easy to feel the hair raising on the back of your neck and that feeling that you're not quite alone. That's why I don't like driving at night. But the vanishing
rear mirror and you just know you're going to see a face.
God, don't even. I can't. But the vanishing hitchhiker is a spectral passenger, a ghost forever waiting for a lift through the desert night. And at the very least, she does not seem to be violent. She just is trying to get home, and apparently she can't go past whatever, So there's that.
Yeah. Miranda, I love how this story captures the loneliness of the road and the mystery of a passenger who's never really there.
It is a really good blend of hope and sadness, right? Like I said, the spirit is still trying to get home.
It makes me want to check my back seat next time I'm driving late.
Dude, I do that every time. Even during the day, I immediately get in the car, lock the doors, and turn around. Okay, no one's there.
Or you take a look before you get it, which actually is a smart idea. Look around through the windows, all in the back and the middle. Or I have a minivan,
Mm-hmm.
so all the seat rows.
Mm-hmm.
Check it before you get in the car. Make sure no one's there. But maybe I'm paranoid.
Nope, you're not. You're just being a cautious mother.
Yes.
So we have one more story to go. Christal?
Yes. I'm here. For our final tale tonight, we're crossing the Atlantic to the misty moorlands of England.
It's the kind of place where the fog wraps around you like a cloak, and the silence is only broken by distant howls. Woo!
I was going to do that. This one's called The Silent Watcher. A mysterious presence seen watching travelers in the dark. The English moorlands stretch wide, windswept, wild landscapes where history and myth weave together like the heather and bracken that carpet the hills. For centuries, travelers have shared tales of a silent figure appearing at dusk to watch those who pass by. Locals call this presence the Silent Watcher. A tall, cloaked figure, face hidden in shadow, standing motionless by the roadside or atop a hill, eyes unseen but ever watchful. Imagine yourself walking along a narrow, winding path through the moor, the sun dipping low behind rolling hills. The wind whistles softly, carrying the scent of peat and damp earth. From the corner of your eye, you catch a glimpse of a figure draped in dark fabric, perfectly still and unmoving against the fading light. You feel a chill, not just from the cool air, but from the heavy weight of being observed by something ancient and unseen. One local shepherd, known as Thomas, shared a story of a foggy evening when he spotted the Silent Watcher standing atop a distant hill. Thomas described the figure's presence as overwhelming, calm, yet deeply unsettling. Others in nearby villages have reported a lingering sensation of being watched for hours after passing the spot. as if the silent watcher silently guards or judges those who wonder the more. Some believe the silent watcher is a guardian spirit, a remnant of ancient rite, once held deep in the moorlands. Others think it may be a lost soul, doomed to watch forever. Whatever the truth, it remains hidden within the shifting myths and whispered legends of the English countryside. Walking the moorlands today, the silence speaks volumes, and the gaze of the watcher seems never far away.
Man, what a way to end our marathon. So atmospheric and mysterious, and it's in England, which, couldn't be any better.
I want to go there so bad.
I know.
It's stories like this that remind us how the past lingers in unexpected places.
Oh my gosh, right? And then sometimes, how it's like, it seems to be attached to people even, so you might have some energy or something attached to you, so no matter where you go, you'll have that presence with you, and it might leave a mark too of where you had stayed,
It's with it just like not moving and just watching. It is like it's guarding something. Like there's a secret out there or something it's guarding.
Do you want to find the secret?
Yeah, let's
go visit.
Somebody send us plane tickets.
So we could find the secret of the watcher.
Yeah, but legit, I would love to go.
No, yeah. Honestly, same. And I want to go to Scotland too. And
I was just about to say that Scotland and England, those are like they're my everything dream.
I know. I'm here rewatching Outlander for like the 10th time. Just
daydreaming that it's you.
Yeah. It's like I love watching Claire and Jamie fall in love. Yep. But thank you guys for joining us today through these episode of Shadows and Whispers. We're really happy to be back after our long hiatus. So look forward to hearing us more.
Yeah, we hope you've enjoyed these tales as much as we love sharing them.
So until next time, keep your light glowing and your hearts brave.
Sleep tight, witches and wine lovers.
If you see a ghost, compliment their sheet. They're very sensitive about it. We hope you sleep well tonight, because the ghost under your bed will not. Sweet dreams!